Welcome in everybody to a Friday night edition of 410 Sports Talk. I'm James Haskell along with my co-host Glenn Martin, and of course DK in the background and his co-contributor as well hanging out. We are excited to talk about the Baltimore Ravens more than anything, to have Devontez Walker, of course, wide receiver for the Baltimore Ravens, Tez Walker on the show. He'll be joining us here in a few minutes, and we're really looking forward to that. But as you guys are trickling in, we're obviously got some other things we want to talk about outside of Tez. I know that there's been a lot of fodder around the time in the building that we just had and some folks that have stood out as Baltimore Ravens. So we'll talk about that a little bit as we wait for Tez and otherwise. But Glenn, first of all, how are you doing this evening?
Doing well. It's another nice day in Baltimore. Some rain coming up here in the near future, but good day nonetheless. And look, the Ravens aren't back on the field, I think, till Tuesday coming up. And then after that, that break is coming. And so I'm really curious to see and get Tez's, just to hear about what his plans are, what his expectations are for this season. Can't wait to hear from him. And man, I'm looking at this receiving core, Jimbo. This is going to be a really competitive group to watch during this upcoming training camp and preseason. I mean, this is a bunch of guys that I think are poised to have breakout seasons, guys that we've talked to on the show, newcomers to the team. And then, of course, even like the guys who almost feel like veterans in Baltimore, like Zay and Bateman, feel like they've been here forever. I still feel like those guys are on the ascent and still have plenty of runway ahead of them, plenty of time and space to get better. And this has got to be one of the most like competitive groups, but also like the group. I think the group has biggest room for growth. Even though they were really good last year, I expect this group to take another step.
Yeah. So you're telling me that this room isn't full of guys, just guys? Isn't that what Nick Wright
Jags
said?
in this? Yeah, no Jags in this one.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think that's a great point, Glenn, right? Like people talk about how complete our roster is, and I think that's an accurate, like, I don't think we're inflated as far as on paper what we look like as a team, but I do think that people may be underestimating how much more room we have to grow as a team. I think, like you said, all these guys still have room to grow in areas in which they can improve on. Now, I mean, obviously with DeAndre Hopkins, I think that's a different story. I think it's just about having more time here and being excited and becoming an integral part of the offense. But the young guys you just mentioned, absolutely. In fact, I kind of referenced the 15 people that stood out during OTAs. And, I think it's funny because we haven't spent any offseason time talking about this guy. Shout out to Cliff Brown, of course, who's always willingly come on the show when we reached out to him. He put this article out for the Baltimore Ravens on their website. And Anthony Miller is a guy. I mean, how many times have we mentioned him in the offseason? He had 4 catches in the playoffs with Zay out. Mm-hmm. And no one's asking him to be a 1-for-1 replacement for Zay Flowers, but Cliff mentions he seems to have picked up right where he left off. So all kinds of areas where this team can improve at the wide receiver position. It's not just one guy that maybe could pop off or progress tremendously from the year prior, but lots of guys.
Mm-hmm. No doubt about it. And I'm also curious to get, his take on the new coming quarterback, Cooper Rush. I want to hear about what he's been seeing out of Devin Leary in his second season, hugely important season. If he wants to, see if he can become maybe a backup in this league, you could learn from a guy like Cooper Rush, certainly right in front of you. Let's see here. Patrick Crawley, shout out. Gifting 5 memberships. Patrick, you are a legend. Appreciate that so much. But yeah, I mean, I think Cooper Rush coming to this team not only solidifies and kind of stabilizes the backup position, but I think it was a great bonus and boost for a guy like Devin Leary to maybe learn, okay, that's what I think an upper echelon backup looks like. That's how one prepares, because I do think that that's probably the ceiling for a guy like Devin Leary. So, hey, man, no better guy to teach you than a guy like Cooper Rush, who's done it and is being paid well to be a backup in this league. But yeah, man, getting back to that receiving core, I look at Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, DeAndre Hopkins as the lead dogs, the top 3. We've heard it, spoken from these coaches. But, like you mentioned, Anthony Miller's making plays. Tylan Wallace, I mean, this guy's already had game-winning catches and made huge plays in his young career, and he's looking to build on his offensive role as he, is mainly starred as a special teamers in a lot of ways here. LaJohntay Wester trying to make his name and get on the field. I mean, Dayton Wade, I see his name popping up in the highlight reels of these OTAs. I mean, Keith Kirkwood, is a guy who came in last year who's a solid contributor, makes catches. I mean, we talked about Malik Hunt. There's so many different guys that it's going to be that position group is going to be a tough one. But my hope is, and I said it, I think last time we spoke, I hope this isn't resolved due to injuries, right? Like, I hope that's not, because they always say, well, the things kind of take care of themselves. Well, I hope in this case that it doesn't take care of itself because of injury, because I want the best man to win, and I want these guys pushing each other, continuing to kind of, iron sharpens irons, or iron sharpens iron, right? I want to make sure these guys are healthy and ready to push each other all throughout training camp. Training camp's coming, Jimbo. I cannot freaking wait. I hope these boys are ready for some hot. It's going to be a hot summer here in Baltimore.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's going to be exciting. But I feel bad, Glenn, because at the same time, I know we're talking about this with the wide receiver room, but something I've been thinking about lately is I think that there's a lot of the same possible momentum and growth that we could see in the edge rusher room. And I feel like I've been overly critical on the guys outside of Mike Green, who's never played a snap in the NFL. I do stand by what I said. I think he's our best pass rusher today. And I think that's fair. I also think that's crazy, right?
That's not fair.
I think he was a top 10 talent in the draft. I think if he would have, if he just goes top 10 and he's on the Ravens, I think people make that assumption. I think he was evaluated at the spot. So, but dude, there's a ton of guys. Isaac is coming back. We'll see what Adafe can do. KVN's going to be there. Oh geez, what's his name? Oh my gosh, Michigan kid. He's been hurt every year.
Oh, you talking about Jabo? Yeah, Jabo.
Yeah, Jabo said he's finally healthy. I can't believe I forgot his name. Brain fart. But there could be a lot of guys that bubble up to turn this unit into something, and it's exciting.
Oh yeah, and don't forget about Tavius Robinson, who coached.
Oh yeah, and Tavius Robinson, of course.
Yeah, big things. But look, we're here to talk to one person in particular. So welcome him back to the show, a friend of the channel, and Ravens wide receiver.
Supporter of the show.
Oh, did I hit the button? DK,
I
did it.
There we go. See? What's going on, Tez? How you doing, man?
Good. I'm good. How y'all doing?
Good.
Doing
World traveler, huh?
Something like that.
That's awesome. I know the hotel life, so I know how that goes, man. I travel a good bit for work. So glad you could make some time for us. Before we get into the questions, I got to mention two things. One, did you know that as of right now, you are on the front of the Baltimore Ravens website?
I did not know that.
Yeah, pretty cool. I'm not going to pop it up because your team is really good at getting us for copyright, so I'm not going to put it up on the screen. But you are on the front of the page, so make sure you guys check it out. Number two, we also wanted to let you know that we are excited about your upcoming birthday. We want to wish you a happy birthday. We're not going to say the date of your birthday here on the show.
I appreciate it.
We know you have an upcoming birthday, so happy birthday, man! Congratulations.
I appreciate that for sure.
Hopefully you have a great one. Anyway, glad to have you on the show, man. And let's dig right into these questions, Glenn.
Yeah, I'm excited. Hey, Tez, I'm curious about when a player like yourself comes out of college and you see in your rookie year the path to immediate playing time is most likely going to be through special teams. That's primarily where you contributed your rookie year. How did special teams contributions kind of help prepare you and get you ready for what you're going to be doing more on the offensive side?
Honestly, it prepared me with like the note taking and just being dialed in. Like special teams, most special teams are real big on knowing your stuff, knowing everything you got to do out there. So say about midway through the season, early midway, I'm thinking if I apply this to offense, I'll be a lot better. What's going on in the offense, and why are we doing this stuff on offense, stuff like that. So I feel like that helped me in that aspect of things.
I like that. And I think that's something you kind of mentioned last time, is just trying to figure out ways to be more dialed in general, right? And going into year two, do you feel like now that you're we're starting to phase back in. You guys aren't hitting and things like that, but you're back at the building. You guys, actively, at least you were until this upcoming break. Are things slowing down for you? Do you feel like in year 2 in this offense?
Yeah, I definitely think it is. Like now, I have an idea of what we're trying to do, like what is what. So for instance, my route is like, it complements this route. And I have a better understanding on why I'm running, maybe to get somebody else open and this and that. So there's little things like that, that's helping me and stuff. So I feel like things have slowed down.
Yeah, I got to imagine anything you get to do kind of the second time around, you're going to have a little bit of a leg up and an advantage. I'm curious about the new quarterback. You've been catching a lot of passes. Look, we've been seeing the highlights. We've been seeing the camp notes. What's been your take on Cooper Rush and kind of what he's added to that quarterback room?
For sure. He's like a very intelligent individual. Like, I feel like he's somebody who can, help out Lamar, even help out Dev, another young guy part of the offense. Like he's very smart. Like he knows his stuff. Like when he came in, when I was just running routes with him before everything, like he knew he had the whole offense down packed already. So I feel like that's something we need in his offense. That's something we had with Josh Johnson. So bringing him in, I feel like he's going to be no different. So I feel like he's going to be a valuable piece for this offense and help out like a lot of the younger guys as well as Lamar. So.
Hey, I'm curious real quick. A lot of people talk about, my bad, Jimbo, cutting you.
No, you're good. You're good.
But Tez, a lot of people talk about being like scout team and helping with scout. Can you kind of explain to people, because I don't think a lot of people know, like, what's the job of how does scout team help? Like, what is the job of the scout team, and how can a guy, I mean, like yourself, but also a guy like Cooper Rush, like what do guys like that help? How do you help with the scout team? How they get the defense prepared?
So like you said, like our job is to pretty much help the guys who's gonna be out there most of the snaps on game day. So, but also you're still getting evaluated, like Coach Harbaugh, even EDC, like they're seeing like the work you're putting in on scout team, and you may do stuff, and they like maybe he can help contribute this week or that week, whatever time you get called up or whatnot. So. I mean, I think it's something that's like real good for somebody like myself. It was real good for me last year, but that's pretty much our job is to help those starters, those guys who's going to be taking all those reps come Sunday.
And do they do that by having you run similar schemes as the upcoming opponent?
Yeah, like it'll be sometimes it'll be our stuff, but mostly it'll be like the opponent stuff.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah,
Now,
most of the looks and concepts they run.
Now, Des, what about this year? Glenn was just mentioning it right before you hopped on. There's a lot of young guys in that room, right? Like we even feel like, there's folks that have been here for a while. It feels like Zay's been here longer than he has, right? It feels like Rashad Bateman's been here longer than he has, but these guys are still young. And then your whole cohort seemingly, starting to mature into your own. What are the conversations like in this room? Because I think you guys are being overlooked nationally. We heard Nick Wright say on the TV something about you guys are Zay and some guys or something like that. Like it was around. Obviously, we don't believe that. We think that there's a lot of players, including yourself, with an opportunity to make a big jump. What are those conversations like in those rooms about the potential you guys have?
Really just, trying to make each and every last one of us better. So say for instance, like when I'm talking to Zay and Bate, like I'm trying to pick off their brain, like I'll even go home, watch their film, try to pick up on stuff they're doing, like out there in the games and in practices and stuff. So that's pretty much how most of our conversations go. And it's the same since D-Hop came to our room, like picking off his brain. He has 13 years of NFL experience. So, get his perspective on things and stuff like that. So most of our conversations is, trying to get better amongst one another while still going out and competing against each other out there down the field and stuff.
Yeah, and how does that competition? I'm always curious because you guys are teammates, but at least at this point in the season, you're also kind of competitors, right? Like you're all competing for roster spots, you're competing for snap count. How do you balance, like, I mean, you talked about bouncing ideas off each other and kind of helping each other, but you're also competing against these guys.
Wait, so what's the question again? My bad.
Yeah, how do you balance that, right?
Competing, with being a teammate.
I pretty much say, like, when you get out there, like it's all you, like, it's all like what you do, what you producing and stuff like that. But then like amongst one another, like if you have a question about anything or it's something you see, you can help somebody else out. Like you know, you tell them about it and stuff like that. So that's how you kind of balance that. But like everybody knows when you get out there, it's like it's you. It's what you know you putting out for like the coach to see and stuff.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's fair. And I think Glenn mentioned it, and Coach probably talks about it all the time. Like iron sharpens iron, right? So
Right.
the better the guys are around you, the better I think you're going to be. So that's exciting stuff. What I think that people will be surprised. I think this. I don't know if everybody thinks this. I think that people will be surprised by the. I think what I'll say is like the diverse ways in which you'll be deployed in this offense in comparison to last year. Is there now? You don't have to give away any goodies, but like, is there something or a way that you're going to be used that you're excited about this year, or that people are maybe not expecting? You know what I mean? Is there a different wrinkle to what you're going to be doing this year in comparison to last year?
Honestly, I'm gonna say it's a little too early to kind of tell like what I'll be doing. But I will definitely say I can see myself like having a lot more reps and things like that. But I will say it's still a little early.
That's fair. That's our job to be way too early to things. So that's fair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. We like to predict. We're already predicting win-loss record here, Tez. We're
undefeated, baby.
The roster
Undefeated.
is even set. And yeah, we even picked you guys to lose a single one. Don't you worry about that. With the upcoming, you got a couple more activities, and then you have the month off. What's the plans for that month, Tez? Are you heading back home? Are you sticking around the area?
Oh
no! Did we lose Tez?
It might have been an accident. He was probably trying to look at something on his phone.
Yeah.
There he is.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah. Good questions, DK. By the way, Wes.
Am I good? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
The connection is terrible here. It's my bad.
No, you're all good. Did you hear Glenn's question?
What was the question?
Go ahead, Glenn.
Yeah, I was just curious. What I know you got some more time on the field coming up, but then there's that month break before training camp. Is the plan to stick around the facility and hang around here, or is the plan to head home?
I'm gonna head home. So I'm gonna be at home with my train. So I train with Hakeem Nicks down in Charlotte. And then I'll probably go to Florida for about a week or two and get with Lamar and stuff, like all the other receivers. We plan on doing that at some point. So that's where I'll be. So Florida and North Carolina.
Nice. Good places to be. A lot of heat right now. That's for sure. I'm going to be down in North Carolina this coming week, man. So, yeah, a lot of heat. But I think that's a good question. The other thing I was going to ask you is something actually DK wanted to ask you is, what's the film study like going into year two in comparison to what it was like in year two? Like, how has that progressed? How often? And, what's it help with the most?
So I say this year, because last year my film study was more so like our stuff. Like I wasn't too much focused on like defenses and like the guys I'd be matched up against, stuff like that. Because I was still trying to figure out our stuff, learn our stuff. So this year is gonna be more like learning those different defenses and stuff. Because it's a lot of defense that I saw last year that I didn't get to see in college. Like college, it was more base stuff. It wasn't a lot of like coverage disguise and stuff like that. So I'm starting to learn those things. So looking at a lot more things like that and breaking down like different like corner techniques, how they play and stuff like that. So that'll be more of my film study this season.
Yeah,
Nice.
And Tez, a lot of people are expecting you to kind of go into that role of the big play threat. The guy that takes the top off the defense. And do you feel like that's an area in which you could get on the field and help this team? Because it looks like, we got guys who can do a lot of things, but having a guy that has your speed and size and can stretch the field, do you feel like that's a way you can make quick, impactful plays and help this offense?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I think that's something I value a lot. That's how I got my foot in the door in the league. So I feel like that's something I could be doing this offense. But I've also been focused on like being that complete receiver. Somebody Lamar could go to. Say if like Bader Zay not down or something like that. Like I want to be that guy that they can go to, can run every route and stuff like that. So, but definitely that big play ability and stretching the field like. That's something I do see myself doing in this offense mostly.
And I love that because I know, every quarterback, but I know Lamar loves throwing the long ball. I
Oh
know that
yeah.
it gets him excited. I'm sure he's not alone. Like I said in that camp, I know a lot of quarterbacks do. I still remember Hollywood Brown's first game. Remember that, Glenn?
Oh yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, two. I think his first 2 catches went for 2 long touchdowns. I mean,
60-yard touchdowns.
Yeah, it was wild. But I think that all of that, you have the opportunity to do that as well.
Well,
So
I mean, we all remember Tez's first catch, right?
Yeah, man, of course, right?
Oh yeah, long ball. Yeah,
That's right, dude. Right to the house. Now, Glenn has a good question, so I don't want to steal this one from him. Has to do with speed, Glenn. I want to know Tez's opinion.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about speed on this team, and Derrick Henry said he would beat Lamar Jackson in a straight line race. So I'm not going to ask you to limit to just those two. On either side of the ball, who's the fastest, in your opinion, who's the fastest Raven, offense or defense?
I troll him all the time because I do think I'm the fastest guy on the team, but I ain't gonna lie. Like Nate, he probably the fastest guy in the league. Honestly, like that dude, like he has a different type of speed. Like I don't know where he got it from. I guess his genetics is crazy, but he's definitely fast on the team.
Now, what about
definitely? He said definitely. Jim.
I know. So the thing I said though is that I think Lamar would beat Derrick in the first like 40 to 60. I think in a 40, Lamar beats Derrick Henry. But the thing about Derrick is when he gets stood up straight, if he's running a 100-yard sprint, I think he's hard to beat because he starts eating up earth. Just what I mean? Those strides are long. He's got that form. Does that make a difference? You know what I'm saying?
I think it do because I'm the same type of runner. Like when I'm straight up, I'm 30, 40 yards down the field. Like I don't think nobody's beat me in a straight line. But I mean, I don't know. Because Lamar, I ain't never really seen him open up and run. Like
That's the crazy part.
The first time I really seen him run was that Houston game. He broke for that long run, and he was moving on that. So I don't know. Derrick got his work cut out with L. Like L, he up there for sure.
I'll tell you what. If you, go ahead. Sorry.
I was about to say, I don't think Derrick could get him, but I mean Derrick be moving too though.
It's just hard to envision it because Derrick's so big.
Yeah, but he be moving, but he one of them guys like you don't realize it until you running beside him, or he run up on you. But I don't know, Lamar, he got a switch on him too. Like he can turn it on and off when he wants to as well. So
who's moving the most weight in the room? Who's the strongest guy on the team?
On the team.
Everyone says Voorhees.
So I ain't never really seen a lineman lift, but obviously it's probably one of the O linemen, the D linemen. Travis Jones, he real strong.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like I've seen him bench like I don't know. I don't even remember how many plates was on there. It was more than I do. I say that, but I say Trav Voorhees. I've heard a lot about Voorhees. Jabo pretty strong and Dafe. I know in our room it's probably Ty. Ty, it ain't even close in our room, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, like Ty lifts like a linebacker.
Okay.
Jeez.
All right. I like that.
And I'll tell you what, I think it would be back to the race point. You also think about like a guy like Keaton Mitchell. You got to throw him in there too.
Ooh,
I mean, the dude.
Key top. Myself, Nate, and Keaton probably top 3 on the team.
That would be a really fun race to watch.
Why don't they bring the races back, Tez? You see, you're probably too young. They used to.
You talking about the Pro Bowl?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I've seen the clips. They definitely should. Like I feel like I don't know. They making the Pro Bowl a little boring now. Like they got to bring that back. They got to bring the little quarterback,
strongest,
the
bench, the strongest man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
because this is stuff that's like universal. Anybody, even if you're not in football. And excited in football. Right. Yeah, because it's like you're a kid again, right? You're watching races in the neighborhood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, last one from me, Tez. You had to pick. Let's say, I'm sure you heard about the flag football being allowed, and the NFL players can participate. If you had to pick 4 teammates to bring with you to play 5-on-5, both sides, you got to play offense and defense.
5-on-5, both sides. All right.
So you got to bring 4 other guys to bring with yourself. Who you bringing with you?
4 that I bring myself. So myself. Probably Kyle Hamilton.
Okay, I like that.
I'm gonna bring Lamar. Gotta
have a quarterback.
Zay.
Okay, Zay. You got one more spot.
Probably. I'm trying to think of somebody who'd be crazy. Probably likely. He a real good athlete. Probably Isaiah.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say Wiggins.
Yeah, but Oh,
No,
I feel
you're
like
right.
he's
Likely's a matchup problem. I mean, he's so big.
If we had like jet sweeps and stuff in flag, yeah, I'll bring Wiggins. But I
So
don't know.
what? Wiggins can't catch? Is that what you're saying, Tez?
I ain't saying he can't catch, but I feel like it's one of one that you throw
He
it
can
up
only
to
get a
him
jet
like
sweep.
but yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious, man. No, I like that lineup though. I like it. I think that the Ravens would be the best 5-on-5 flag football team in the NFL. It wouldn't even be close.
Hey,
And I'll tell you.
Would be close.
Okay, go ahead, Jimbo.
No, I was
got
gonna
one
say,
more, though.
yeah. I was just gonna say, and if you want to see we talk about this play all the time. If you want to see a play where Lamar did open it up, we feel like if you go back to what was it, the divisional round in 2020, the Titans game. That was 2020, right, Glenn?
Yes.
The 2020 Titans game, Lamar, I think he scored, I think it was like a 38-yard touchdown around there, something like that. But he left Byard in cement blocks. I mean, the dude didn't move. His whole job is to keep Lamar in contain. And
Right.
and then he beat the guy to the pylon. After he beat Byard, he then beat the next guy to the pylon. That sprint right there, I think that's the fastest I've probably ever seen him move. That was ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, I might have to go check that out.
Dude, he was hauling.
I gotta get your take before I let you go. What about what'd you see from Malachi Starks? Some of the young guys, Malachi on your side, LeJontay Webster. I mean, tell me what you think about this rookie class.
The Ravens always draft well, so there's no doubt in my mind that our rookies they're gonna be fine with us. But Starks, so I played him in college when I was at Kent State when he was at Drew. He was young then, but Starks, he about the same as I thought him before. You know, smart. He knew where to be. You can tell like he was always dialed in. But like honestly, he closes very fast. Like I had a route on him the other day. I had like a crossing route. Like most of those, I'm gonna like run away from guys. But I got thrown the ball. He like closed on me real fast, knocked the ball off. I'm like, dang, like I ain't expect him to get there. But he good player. He real good player. You can tell like he got brains on him and stuff like that. Like him, like K-Ham, when AD returns, like that's gonna be a crazy, trio when AD gets back and stuff. And then you got Jonte. I ain't gonna lie. He has like a Zay Flowers game to him. Like say if we take Zay out of the game, put him in, like I think it would be no drop off. Like he had the same like skill set, like quick, he's fast. Like he won every route that I seen from him. Like he gonna be real good. And then he does like the punt return stuff, so that'll be real good. That'll spark his way on the field and into the offense and stuff. And then who else we got? I know Green, there's been a lot of rave about him. He's looked real solid. He way bigger than I thought too. Like he pretty stocky. Everybody else look real good. The O linemen, because we drafted a lot of O linemen, they look good. So I think this class is gonna turn out to be one of the better ones.
Yeah, man, I'm excited about it too. The last thing I want to ask you is a casual question, and you don't need to give details. Simply a yes or no. Other than going home and doing some stuff to get ready, you got anything fun planned? You doing anything exciting?
Not really. I mean, so I'm going next weekend. I'm going to Chicago. I don't know. Have y'all heard of the streamer Jay Groovy? This will be my first time meeting him. So he invited. He got some like little kickback going on. He invited me to it, so I'm gonna go out there. I've never been to Chicago either, so I'm gonna go out there and do that. Then it's this little like charity event on like June 28th. I'll be a part of that. It's like some basketball game. Like I ain't playing in it. I'm like assistant coach or something. But it's supposed to be guys like Saquon Barkley, Future, Lonzo Ball, a lot of other celebs there. So that'll be fun. Other than that, I'm just grinding. That's all I'll be doing.
Breakout
Well,
season.
since you're going to Chicago, I got to put you on some game here, Tez. Are you a burger guy?
Oh yeah.
All right, so there's a spot, and look, Glenn knows this. I've been vegan for like 5.5 years now, except the one time on this show because Adafe Owe got 10 sacks. I had to eat a junior bacon cheeseburger, which was gross. But I'm talking real burgers, okay? So this was years ago. I love Chicago. I think it is the best food city in the United States of America. Second is Baltimore.
Better than New York?
Yeah, because it's a combination. Like there's a better combination of. Yeah, the food there is fire. So there's a place called Au Cheval, Aucheval, Au Cheval. The burgers are. I waited 4 hours for a burger there one time.
Damn.
The maple
4
maple
hours?
bacon on it. Yeah, the maple bacon on it is like an inch thick. It's got a fried egg on it. Dude, go check it out. It is absolutely fire. Well worth your time. Well worth your money. All Cheval.
I'm gonna hold you to that too, because like I'm a firm believer that New York has the best food where I've been to so far. But I'm gonna take your advice on that. So
Let's
Better
do
than
it,
LA,
dude.
huh, Jimbo? Better than LA.
Yeah, look, Glenn knows. I mean, my wife's from LA. We go to LA a lot. Like,
Travels.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't go anywhere else. So New York's got a lot of people. My wife's from Mexico. I work a lot in Mexico. So like Poblanos, people from Puebla and Mexico can really, really cook. And there's a lot of those in New York. But so like LA for me is Mexican food, but really not much else. But Chicago is, dude, there's something about the food, man. I'm telling you, you're not going to be disappointed. So check it out.
That's
All
a bet.
Cheval, dude. I don't even get paid for telling you that. You know what I'm saying? But look, man, enjoy it. We appreciate it.
Yep.
As always, you coming on. We won't take much more of your Friday night. Thank you so much.
oh yeah, I appreciate y'all having me for sure. Anytime.
Thank you, man. We
Anytime.
appreciate it. And look, we're
The
looking
season.
forward to the season. And if we'll probably reach out to you again if you get too busy. Of course, you can always let us know. But we'd love to make some time. Maybe we catch you in the preseason, something like that, after you break out in one of these games, and we'll tell everyone I told you so, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Y'all just hit me up. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome.
Appreciate it, Tez. Have a good night, man.
Have a good night.
Appreciate you. You too. Thank y'all.
Yep.
Yep.
Dude, what a dude.
He's the best, man.
He's got me
the
excited.
best.
Dude, I want to go to
Dude.
Chicago now.
I'm telling you what, man. It's not like something we should just overlook when we're seeing him doing his rounds. I'm seeing him in the media. I'm seeing the notes constantly. This guy is going to be a big part of this offense. And he mentioned it very briefly. What if Flowers or Bateman were to go down? Well,
yeah.
I mean, that's the very real possibility. I mean, thank goodness Rashad Bateman showed last year he played in every game, even played in the playoffs where Zay was not able to. But it only stands to reason that one of these guys is going to miss some time at some point in the season. It's just the odds, right? And same with DeAndre Hopkins. So I have a feeling that Tez is going to be a bigger part of this offense than a lot of people are willing to really admit. And don't be surprised at all if this guy doesn't have – I'm going to say it right now. The Tez is going to be a guy who gets I'm going to say 5 to 6 touchdowns this year.
I like it.
Okay.
I like it.
I like big chunk plays too.
That's what I was going to say. I can see a lot. Dude, I mean, I can see him averaging 17, 20 plus yards per something like that, because it's just going to be a mathematics problem, right? Like an equation. How do the defenses handle this? Because as he steps his game up, everyone talks about it, right? You got Zay, you got Bateman, but then nobody talks about it enough. You got Likely, you got Andrews. You know what I mean? However many weapons you want to have out there, the Ravens can have out there, and just make it such a headache for the defense. So, man, it's going to be really exciting to watch. I'm excited for him and his progress here. Really looking forward to it. The other thing I will say, Glenn, just really quickly to kind of round this out, and we'll end on this, is there's another guy. So I just want to name these 15 players, and I'm going to skip one guy, and I want you to guess who he is, all right? Because I think this will be fun.
Okay.
All right, one is Keaton Mitchell. I don't think they're in like order, any specific order. They're just, DeAndre Hopkins 2. Oh gosh, I got an ad here. 3, Anthony Miller. 4, Adisa Isaac. 5, I'm skipping. Mike Green, number 6. Adafe Owe, number 7. Number 8, Malachi Starks. Number 9, LeJounte Wester. Also, can we pause for a second?
Dude, yes.
Crazy, right?
Bro, no drop off?
Crazy, right?
Bro, LeJounte, bro. Watch out. This dude's over here routing people up, bro.
Dude, oh my gosh. That was wild. Number 10, Devontez Walker, of course. Number 11, Ruben Lowry, the cornerback. Number 12, Roquan Smith. Okay. Number 13, Sanusi Kane. Number 14, TJ Tampa, who we're expecting big things from. Number 15, Nate Wiggins. I've left one guy out, Glenn.
Okay, I've been writing these down.
Sorry, I was going fast. I didn't realize you were
No, you're good. They got to go offensive line here, right? I don't see any
You've
other
seen this
offensive line.
list.
I swear I haven't seen this list.
Oh,
I haven't seen
promise.
this list, but thank you. I promise. On cam. Now you know I ain't messing around.
All right, that's true.
I just didn't see any other offensive linemen. I literally wrote
linemen, dude.
all of them down. And so All right, so who? Oh, now I already know who it is because you're all happy. It's fucking Ben Cleveland. Gosh dang it, Ben Cleveland.
Ben Cleveland, baby.
No
the
way.
Starting left guard for the Baltimore Ravens. You heard it here, boys.
No way, this guy's
Let's
on the list.
go.
How is he on this list?
Let's go.
I think it's just to troll Harbaugh. That's the only reason Clifton
I
did
also
it.
want to say this. I also want to say this, and I'm not going to say specific names. It is shocking that he's on this list because Ravens media that we've talked to, no names, have been brutal about Ben Cleveland.
Start to finish.
Brutal. I mean, nothing nice to say. One of the things where you almost want them to stop because they're so mean.
Like, dang, bro.
Really? It's like that? You know what I'm saying? So
that shocks me.
Dude.
Hey, I mean,
Go,
how many years has he been here? It's about time he's done something right.
Hey, better late than never. Remember, he was in college for like 30 years.
Well, look, Jimbo, I don't take anything from an offensive lineman about stock up or down until the pads come on. Okay. So I'll believe it when I see it from Ben Cleveland. And we've been seeing an awful lot of Voorhees too. So unless he gets, but if he gets hurt, here's what they're doing. They're preparing us for the fact that Voorhees is going to get hurt at some point. And they're trying to soften the blow of putting Ben Cleveland, big old, squirrel-eating self at left guard. Because Dellinger, I don't think is going to be ready. I haven't heard anything about him being impressive. Sure. So, oh, man, you might be right here, Jimbo. But who's Lowry? Can I ask you that? Can you tell me? Yeah.
He's the cornerback.
Never heard of him. I'll be honest.
Yeah. Well, that means that Cliff's been doing his homework, dude.
Well, I guess he's there every day.
Yeah.
I mean, sheesh. I have no idea who that Ruben Lowry III. Let me see here. Let me see where this guy's from. I'm assuming he's an undrafted rookie, right? He's from Chattanooga. He's 5'9". Hey, maybe. You never know, right? He's from Powder Springs, Georgia. He's a rookie out of Chattanooga. Okay. All right, Ruben.
Let's go, baby. Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to it.
But look, I think that's it for us tonight, folks. But I hope you guys enjoyed hearing from Tez. We, of course, love having him on. Appreciate his generosity with his time. Hopefully he takes Jimmy's recommendation. Looks like James C. was agreeing with your assessment of Chicago food. Yeah. I think he's from Chicago, though. So,
but the thing about it, Glenn, is if we ever get the chance to go there, like if you've spent time in New York eating and in LA, it's a mix of the two. That's why it's so good. It feels like both combined.
Well, one thing I will say though, Jimbo, I love New York style pizza, and I'm not as big a fan of the deep dish. So that's fair.
That's fair. I'm a New York style pizza guy as well. Like that's my go-to. You know, part of the reason I like the New York, I can just eat a whole pie myself.
Oh yeah. Fold them.
Them. Oh, dude, and just it's 4 bites, dude.
Yes.
And on to the next. I mean, my gosh.
But you, in your travels, have you had any better seafood than in Baltimore? Be honest now, Jimbo.
Yeah. So like outside of sushi, or is sushi included?
Oh, because I know LA's got sushi like crazy.
No, actually, so San Fran's got really good sushi. LA does too, but San Francisco got excellent sushi. But so as far as like preferential seafood to me, like I like sushi, but it's kind of a different category. Certainly here has an unlock, in my opinion. I will say though, I mean, Maine has lobster.
Lobster.
You know what I'm saying? But this is my preference, right? Part of it is because I grew up with. So, and really quickly, James says Chicago isn't deep dish, it's tavern style. But I thought tavern style, because I've had tavern style, it's kind of thinner too. It's got like a cracker crust to it. James.
I thought Chicago was known for deep dish.
Like
Am I crazy?
No, I mean, certainly. And deep dish is just a different experience. I don't know. It's good too. It's just a different experience. If you want to walk like a penguin because you just ate and feel like your stomach is, you know what I'm saying? Like
picking my pie up.
Yeah. Instead of cutting it with a fork and all that stuff. Yeah. No, I feel you.
Okay. Maybe
but the tavern style, tavern style, Glenn, is, I mean, it's awesome. The crust is kind of like crackery.
Okay.
It's excellent as well. But to not get too long-winded here, the best sushi I've ever had in my life, Mexico City. Japanese dude, had a little spot, spoke no Spanish, and he got his sushi flown in every day. $400 a roll. $400. Yeah.
How many rolls did you have, Jimbo?
So what he did is you bought a few courses, right? So I didn't like a la carte it. I was there. I wasn't paying for it. My company was paying for it. And so we had a whole experience lined up. I think it was $1,200 a person.
Woo!
Yeah.
Nuno says seafood in Portugal is way better. Travel. Okay. All right. Not everyone gets to travel, Nuno. All right.
Sure. And look, I got to be honest with you, Glenn. I've been to Europe, but I think it's a little overrated.
I always hear that the food in a lot of those places is disappointing.
And I also got to be honest, Europeans, they're kind of rude. I might be overgeneralizing here, but man, they're freaking rude.
Are they? They don't like no Americans.
Just like in the airport, like I'm trying to figure things out and I speak Spanish. I'm in Spain. Like I know what you're saying. Yeah. I'm just trying to I'm standing in line and they're like, hey, can you scoot 2 inches forward? I'm like, what am I going to do 2 inches forward? Who cares? Like, gosh.
Wow, CJ's never left the state of Maryland. Wow, CJ, you make me feel like a world traveler. I feel like David Attenborough.
I know. Glenn's going north and south, but the time zones is.
Yeah, that's avoided me. I've never left the time zone. Well, I did on the cruise. I went on one cruise. I will.
Did you go east? So you were, because you went to the Caribbean and went east, right?
Yeah, and we went to British Virgin Islands and all kinds of places. But yeah, that's it. That's it. No, I have the border. Okay. I have the border states. Okay.
That's right. Yeah. And Louisiana, I don't know. I'm not a crawfish guy.
I've never had. Are they like shrimp?
I mean, kind of. I don't know. I'm just I think Louisiana, there's really good Louisiana cuisine outside of just like the seafood.
I just think of bugs when I think of Louisiana.
I think of hurricanes. Just
mosquitoes the size of hummingbirds.
Oh, man, this show's gone off the rails.
Okay, yeah, it's going off the rails. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching.
We should do a show. We should do a show titled "Off the Rails."
I like that.
And just
give away the secrets on live, Jimbo. This is how the donuts are made.
That's true. Donuts make me go nuts. Dude, we should just rip. You remember that part in The Office when he's got his own company, Michael Scott?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. How many waffles did he make that morning?
And remember, I think he just had warm milk in a cup, no coffee.
That's right. Okay.
Oh wait, DK saying something real quick.
Yes,
we can do it on our members page. Yeah, that's a good idea.
No, not mosquitoes inside of hummingbirds. Mosquitoes the
size
of hummingbirds stack. Not they have mosquitoes inside. Yeah, they're wearing hummingbirds as like a suit. No. Appreciate you guys watching. We will be back very soon. Have a good night.
See ya.